Hello friends, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we are putting the two new Viseart eyeshadow palettes that they just released to the test. I've done in-depth swatches, we're going to do a look with each palette and we're going to see what we think of them. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and let's get started. Super quickly, before we get into the looks, there will be timestamps if you're only interested in certain parts. Everything will be linked in the description box down below as well, that I use on my face today, as well as the palettes. To see the rest of the face products, so the palettes will be linked if you want to see which products I use specifically for look 1 and look 2. It'll say makeup look 1 link, makeup look 2 link. If you click that link, it'll take you to my shop my shelf page, which will show you all of the products. So Viseart released two new palettes. I picked mine up off of Beautylish. The shipping was extra quick this time. It came in like 2 days, crazy. But you can also pick it up off the Viseart website. The two palettes that they released is the Violette Vespertine and the Cashmerie Charmeuse, which I think the Cashmerie Charmeuse is like an add-on or a build-on from the original Cashmerie palette, which, as you know, is like, it's one of my favorite palettes from Viseart, if not my favorite palette from Viseart. These are the Attendu palettes. I've already swatched mine, so it's looking a little bit grubby. So all of the shadows can be taken out and rearranged, and then the Attendu ones, you can like swap the shadows with like other Attendu palettes. They're a little bit of a bigger palette. This is the original Cashmerie, if you're wondering. Other than that, the usual Viseart format, you get the 12 shadows, has a mixture of mattes and metallics. In the Cashmerie Charmeuse, is it? Yeah, Charmeuse, sorry. There's like a couple of, there's a duochrome and then this one's like really shifty. This one right here is like the special shade from Moonlit Seduction from Pat McGrath Labs, but in a non-sparkly form, like a straight metallic form. The VR Sextrial, I think it's called. This is amazing. Okay, it's stunning. Just a spoiler alert. Both of these palettes as well have a 36-month expiry, which is awesome. Very, very long lasting. So what we're going to do now is swipe into the swatches. So I've done a full arm swatch of each palette, the kind of like zoomed in close sparkliness of them. And then I've only done individual hand swatches for the metallics because honestly, mattes are so boring to swatch, but also Viseart mattes I always find across every Viseart palette I have ever tried. The Viseart mattes don't swatch super well. They perform exceptionally on the eyes. So that's what we're doing for swatches, and then we will go ahead and move into look 1, which is going to be this one, which is the Violette Vespertine, which I'm also guessing is a build-on from the Violette Attendu that they have. All right, let's get into swatches. let's create a look with this lovely palette. I'm going to use my Viseart eye primer, and their eye primer is really good. It actually really reminds me of the Rare Beauty. I just wish it had a doe foot applicator, but that's very much a me problem. The first brush that I'm going to start off with is my Rephr 33, and I'm going to take this shade right here first. I will say, apart from the metallics, I think the metallics will suit every skin tone. I don't know how this palette would translate across like super deep skin tones, if I'm honest. I think it would go with like medium deep, but there'll also be quite a few shadows in here, like these three, for example, that wouldn't translate well. So yeah, I don't know. If you have a deeper skin tone, let us know your thoughts down below. So I'm going to start by just working and wiggling this in through the crease as my transition shade, which this is obviously a nice transition shade for me. Outer corner a little bit. And as you can see, Viseart shadows just blend themselves. There is a little bit of kick up, just keep that in mind. Again, I really don't ever worry about kick up. It never bothers me, but just in case it does bother you. The Viseart eyeshadow formula is like smack bang in the middle for me of like, it's smack bang in the middle between Pat McGrath Labs, Natasha Denona, and like luxury, say Chanel, Dior, Tom Ford formulas. So where your Pat McGrath Labs and Natasha Denona are like really impactful, really pigmented, like super sparkly, you know, and then your luxury formulas are really a lot softer of a pigment, very subtle, more like satin types, not always, but just in general. And then you have Viseart in the middle, which is like a mixture of both of those formulas. And I find Viseart, to be honest, if anyone was like a complete beginner to eyeshadow or just really nervous about eyeshadow, finds it difficult to blend eyeshadow, but does want something a bit more impactful than a luxury eyeshadow formula or more affordable, Viseart is actually the brand that I would recommend. It's really the kind of brand that, you know, anyone can use. It's gonna look impeccable. The color stories are always really cohesive, and you know, they're quite small. You can throw them in your bag and, you know, put your makeup on anywhere, that kind of a thing. So I always find Viseart's really underrated because it is really just an everyday person's like formula, but it's still truly spectacular. I'm actually gonna go into this one now with a Rephr one, and I'm gonna just tuck this into, this brush might be a little bit big actually. Yeah, no, that brush is too big, sorry. Let me change to a Rephr 14, sorry, same shade. And I'm just going to tuck this into the outer corner here. That shade's really pretty. Oh, I like that shade, that's gorgeous. And I'm just going to leave it in the outer corner and not really drag it forward. As you can see, I kind of like tuck my brush in here and just like squiggle, and it will just like blend it all out for me, but won't like go too high up, you know? And that's the great thing about a lot of the Rephr brushes in particular, is they're like tapered, so you can like just pick your anchor point and then wiggle and it will just blend it for you. I'm not a makeup artist, these are just things I find help me. And then my eyes are completely different shapes, so it's always annoying because they never look the same. This is just that Rephr 33 with no extra color, and I'll just soften it just a touch. Now, if that's too deep for you, you could just tailor it, so you could even just go in with this one, or if it's not deep enough, you gotta use this one, like, you know, world's your oyster. I'm gonna take a Rephr 2, and I'm not gonna use intensifiers, and I'm gonna go into this shadow, because this one, normally I would go into these two or this bronze, let's be real, but I thought I would step outside my comfort zone for this look. And I'm going to press this straight in the center here. And these are more of a softer metallic. Well, this particular shadow in this palette is a lot more of a softer metallic and satin. So it's not going to be like super intense. And then, so that's it with the brush. Let me show you with a finger. I will actually use intensifiers on the other eye, sorry, just so that we can see if it makes much of a difference. That's the intensify stick from Pat McGrath Labs, by the way. So same shadow, same brush. Yeah, it's so much more, like that intensify stick just always is such a great product if you want to amp up your shadows. The other thing that Viseart's really good for is mature lids, because it really is more of like a satin formula. So if you do have mature lids, it's really a wonderful formula for them. I'm going to go into this beautiful shadow right here with an R110, and let's tuck this in here. This has no intensifiers. Oh, I love this shade. This is definitely a me shade, this kind of like cool tony purple. I really love it. Oh yeah, look at how much more intense it is with the intensifier stick. This would make a really lovely, actually both of those metallics would make really lovely one and dones. Like if you have a deeper skin tone, that as a one and done will look amazing. And then if you have a lighter one, this one, I mean either or, like honestly. I like it with the intensifiers much more, to be honest with you. So what I'm gonna do is actually take some of my Lisa Eldridge setting spray and go back into the deep purple here with the Rephr 2. I'm just gonna spray my brush. And I'll just go over this side. I just want to marry it up a little bit to match that other side with the intensity level. And then that R110 with the lighter purple. Just to marry that. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh my gosh, even wet like turns into a cream shadow. It's even nicer than the intensifier stick. Wow. Oh my god, that is stunning. That is stunning. I love that. Taking that Rephr 14, I'm going back into this one and I'll just tap this here to marry it a little bit. And I'm gonna leave that there. So what we're gonna do now is the speed through of my base makeup up until bronzer, and then when we come back we'll finish lower lash line and we'll do highlighter, blush and lips together, and then we'll move on to the next look. So let's do it. Up until bronzer and brows are done, I also put the Victoria Beckham Fig Satin Cajole Liner and the Eye Brightener. So the Fig, which is a purple one, went on my top waterline and the brightener on my lower waterline. Let's finish the eyes. So I'm going to take a Rephr 13 Mini and I'm going to go into this, actually this one. Yeah, and I'll just pop that onto here. And then just a little What's Up pencil brush, I'll go into a touch of the dark brown and just lightly do this. What's Up R109, and then for the inner corner I'll just go into a touch of the silver. Just a small amount. I think they look so lovely. I love those tones. I really do. Okay, Cali Ray mascara. I'm going to take my Westman Atelier liquid highlighter in Poda Rose. So I just pop it on the back of my hand and then use my sponge. Isn't that just such a pretty highlight? Oh, I love it. Love it. And then I'm going to set that lightly with the Divine Rose highlighter from Pat McGrath Labs. And then for cream blush, I'm going to use Victoria Beckham Fume. And I just pop it on the back of my hand here. And I'll pick it up with an Angie 507, so just like this. And lightly. Very pretty. Oh, I like that. So cheeks, to set that, sorry, for blush, I'm going to take my Chanel 798 Blush Harmony. And then I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. For lips, I'm going to take my Natasha Denona My Dream Lip Pencil. And then I'm going to take the Sigma Lip Cream in Begonia. I love these Sigma lip creams. They need more hype. Perfect. All right, let me do hair and jewelry and we will zoom out and see this finished look with the Violette Vespertine palette. Alrighty, my friends, this is finished look one with the Violette Vespertine, I cannot remember the name for the life of me, palette. What do you guys think? I really like this look. Like, I really like it. I feel so me in this look, and that's what for me makeup is all about, is just enhancing myself and feeling me. You know, it just brings me so much joy. I don't wear makeup for other people, I wear it for me, and so just to wear this and feel me, like, I don't know, you guys, this palette, I won't lie, I picked this up because I had so many of you guys ask me to review both of them, and I was never going to pick this up. This was not my type of a palette, really. Like, I like it, but like, I have these shades, I was like, I don't know if I need it. Like, I like the other one much more, but I love this. Like, I love this look. I love it. So I'm very happy. And you guys always do this to me with Viseart each year. If there's a color story I'm kind of like not sure about, you guys always want to see me review it. And I'll pick it up and I'll be like, oh my God, thank you for like pushing me to get this. Oh, I just love it. I don't even want to, I've got to wash it off now to film the other look, and I don't want to because this is so stunning. Oh. All right, let's go ahead now and move on to the look with the Cashmerie Charmeuse palette. I just washed that makeup off and changed my top, so we had a different vibe. I'm going to take my Viseart primer again. And this time I'm going to take my Sonia G Blender Pro, and I'm going to go straight into this shadow right here. I'm kind of going to do a similar look, to be honest, in terms of like where I'm going to be placing the shadows. The Sonia G brushes are a lot more of like a stiffer tapered brush, so they're great, don't get me wrong, but when you've got a softer matte shadow like the Viseart formula, for example, the stiffer the brush, the more pigment is going to be applied. So I'm just going to grab this Rephr 15 and just softly, I'm just going to dip into a little bit of this shadow. Let's just soften this edge here. But let me show you the difference. So this is my Rephr 15 and I'll use it on this side. See how that's already a lot, like automatically a lot softer on the application? It's because this brush, and this isn't even like the softest like kind of brush in the Rephr collection, for example, but it's just because this is a lot softer and like more malleable, whereas this one's like a lot denser, so it's going to be more pigmented. So just something to keep in mind, at least that's what I find. And I'm just going to take that deeper color here and pop that in the outer corners as well. Okay, Then I'm going to pick up this Sonia G Crease Pro. I'm just going to take a little bit of this one, just a small amount to begin with. And you could skip this or use a lighter shade, it's up to you. And I'm just going to softly deepen the corner. Try and start off with less and then you can always build, but you can't take off, you know, so. And tapping out here. Oh, that's pretty. I've been liking leaving my inner corners free of like the deeper shade, if you're wondering, but you can take it all the way through. This is just, I've got no extra color on that Rephr 15, I'm just using it to fluff a little. I'm going to take my Pat Intensify stick on both sides for this look. I think we saw, you know, what the palettes were capable of without it. And I cannot not use this shadow. I have to, because this is like my favorite shadow in Moonlit Seduction as well. Like, you know how I was saying that's quite similar, so I have to take it. And I'm going to press that here, and I'm going to take it all the way in pretty much, except I'm just going to leave the very small inner corner here free. And that is beautiful. Wow, I like that. And then just taking a Rephr 2, I'm going to go into the gold. I like this kind of a cool tony gold. And I'm going to pop that just in here. I like to just have a little bit of a lighter shade on my inner corners here. Oh, that's so pretty. I don't know about you, but I think that's absolutely stunning. Going back into that Crease Pro and the darker brown, I'm just going to marry here. We are going to leave this here. I'm going to do the speed through my base makeup like we just did and come back and finish it up. So let's do it. Let's finish this lower lash line. I'm going to take this shade right here with my 13 mini from Rephr and just work under here. I also forgot to say, I put the Victoria Beckham Navy Satin Cajole on my top waterline and the Melt Cosmetics Olive Eyeliner on my lower waterline. Let's go into the dark brown with a R101 from What's Up. I really like how these eyes have turned out. They're so beautiful. And then I'm just going to go back into the gold for the inner corner. Kelly Ray Mascara. For liquid highlight, I'm going to take my Rabanne Metal Shot. And again, I just pick it up on my sponge. I love this highlight. And I'm going to set that with the What's Up Acacia highlight, and I'm just going to use the like little white bit here. And then for cream blush, I'm going to take Sunkissed Seduction from Pat, and I just draw it on the back of my hand like so, and I'll just pick it up with this It Cosmetics brush. It's just an angled brush, and you just want to lightly perfect. And then with my Smashbox brush, just a touch of Paradise Glow from Pat. We'll go in with Charlotte setting spray again. Lip liner, I'm going to take Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury, sorry. And then I'm going to take Soft Nude from Mario in the Moisture Glow lip colours. Alright, let me go do hair jewellery. We will zoom out and I will give you guys my final thoughts. Alright friends, finished look using the Cashmerie Charmeuse palette. I can't remember the names of these palettes for the life of me. I love how this look turned out. Absolutely love and adore it. I feel very me again in these palettes, and that's what I'm taking away, is I feel like these color stories are very me. And so I'm very, very happy with that. Now, in terms of quality for these particular palettes, they are the Viseart quality you know and love. Some of the metallics are very, like, you know, they're traditional kind of satin metallics, but some of them, for example, like these three right here, they have a lot more oomph to them than their normal metallics, but still like all very mature lid friendly, very everyday friendly. So do I think these are worth the pickup? I mean, again, everyone's value of $1 is different. Only you can decide that for yourself. However, I really, really love them. I really do. I'm very happy to have them added to my collection and added to my Viseart collection. And given that it is, you know, Black Friday week, if you can get them on a discount, even better. But yeah, I think if you pick these up and you like the color stories, I don't think you would be disappointed in them. They are so, so lovely. Let me know what you guys think, which look was your fave, and are you thinking of picking up any of these palettes? Let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. If you're watching till this point, you know you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so, so much, truly, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye!